I'll use someone who chooses to have sex without a condom. You know, it is possible to practice safe sex without a condom. But again, if you follow the right steps that I'm going to speak about on this video, you know, when you talk about sex without a condom, it's very risky because one, you can contract sexually transmitted disease, you know, and again, as a lady, you can, have unwanted pregnancy, you know. So therefore, the condom always protects you from contracting these sexually transmitted infections and unwanted pregnancy. But again, one can decide to have safe sex, to practice safe sex without a condom, you know. But this needs knowledge and trust. Remember to subscribe to this YouTube channel. Remember to like this video. Remember to comment. Just leave a comment. Positive, negative comment. It always keeps us going. Share this information to anyone you think can benefit from this health and wellness video. Now, there are many ways to practice sex. One can decide to have condom-free sex. One can decide to use a condom. One can decide to use other methods, you know, of family planning in order to have sex. But again, on this video, I want to talk about, you know, the way you can practice safe sex without a condom, you know. Now, one step, if you follow these steps, the sixth one is the best. If you follow these steps, you can practice safe sex without a condom. One step, always get tested. You know, you and your partner, before even thinking of condom-free sex, ensure that you go to the hospital, you go to the licensed clinic, you know, get tested of sexually transmitted infections. The HIV, you know, syphilis, all these chlamydia, gonorrhea, you know, all these sexually transmitted infections, you and your partner, before having sex. Because again, most of the sexually transmitted infection, they always don't show signs and symptoms at the earlier stage. But once you get tested, you can have condom-free sex. So this is the first step that you need to do, you and your partner. The other step, number 2, is always stick to one partner. Do what you call a mutual monogamy. You know, you have gone, you have tested, you have been tested, you and your partner, and again, you stick to that partner. You know, you have a mutual monogamy, you know. So this can help you not to contract other sexually transmitted disease, you know, outside the wedlock, you know. So always practice mutual monogamy. You need to trust your partner, you know. This is after you have been tested together. So this is also another step that you need to practice if at all you want to have condom-free sex. And again, you need to make sure that you have been tested together for you to have this mutual monogamy, to stick to one partner. Number 3 is always use the pre-exposure prophylaxis. This is the HIV prevention medications that you are given by a doctor after you have been tested and you turn to be negative. You'll be given this medication. They help you not to contract HIV, this virus, the HIV. If you use them daily, these are daily medications that you take. Take them daily. Ensure that you take them daily as prescribed by the doctor to avoid, infecting yourself with HIV infections. So these are the pre-medications that you take before you engage in sex. And again, you must be tested for you to be given these medications. And then you need to go to the doctor always for a checkup. The other step that you need to follow for you to have condom-free sex. I'm talking about condom-free sex. Very safe, condom-free. The other step that you need to follow is the use family planning. Condom is not the only family planning method that you can be able to use to prevent yourself from unwanted pregnancy. There are other methods that you can be able to use, to prevent yourself from having unwanted pregnancies. A man can decide to withdraw. That is time consuming. You need to have time. You need to, be very time conscious. And again, you need to be very, very accurate that you are more likely to withdraw. The other method is using of what you call, you can decide to use implants, intrauterine devices as a woman. These are other methods that you can be able to use to prevent yourself from unwanted pregnancy. But it cannot prevent you from HIV infections. Remember, this is condom free. The only thing that can help you here is you will not, as a lady, you can't get what called unwanted pregnancy. But for the STIs, you can contract them. Therefore, remember our mutual monogamy, you stick to one partner after being tested. The other step is what you call you get vaccinated. Most of the people, they don't know that you can be vaccinated against these viral infections. The vaccines are there. You can decide, you and your partner, to go to a hospital and you get vaccinated. You be vaccinated of what you call the human papillomaviruses, the hepatitis B. All these vaccines are there. You can decide to get them. This is going to help you not to have these infections. These are viral infections and are sexually transmitted. But again, once you have been vaccinated, more likely not to contract these infections or viruses. So you can decide to go for vaccination. It is there and it works. The other step that you need to do is what we call, you need to stay honest and sober. Stay honest, talk openly, have a communication with your partner. Be honest. It always keeps the relationship going without any trouble, without any having any conflicts. And always stay sober. Avoid drinking alcohol. Because when you drink alcohol, sometimes you can make a choice that you never wanted. You're not sober with yourself. and this increases the risk of having some sexually transmitted infections. So always stay honest and sober. So these are the steps that you need to follow for you to have condom free sex. You practice these safe steps, you're more likely to have condom free sex, and you can't contract any sexually transmitted disease. The other thing that you need to remember is always that for those people who are normally don't practice vaginal sex, maybe they do oral sex and anal sex, remember to use other protective measure. Use some dental dams of, if you are doing oral sex, to prevent yourself from these human papilloma viruses and all other sexually transmitted infections. Sex without a condom is not for everyone. But again, if you choose to, to follow this path, you need always to be very smart. You need always to be very safe and responsible, because to avoid these sexually transmitted infections. Remember to like this video, remember to comment, remember to subscribe to this health talks, and always remember to just leave a comment. Negative, positive comments, they always keeps us going. Remember also to support us. Pire's good, Pire's coffee, and always our number is on the description. You can decide to support us using our number also. Little support always keeps us going. Always support us so that we can continue making these health videos. Support in whatever way so that we can keep on making these health videos, making our improvement day in, day out.